lobster is a fascinating marine crustacean known for its hard exoskeleton, large claws, and delicious meat, making it a sought-after delicacy. Lobsters belong to the family Nephropidae, or Homaridae, and are typically found on the ocean floor in crevices or burrows along coastlines. They are cold-blooded animals and can be found in oceans worldwide, but the most well-known species are the American lobster, Homarus americanus, and the European lobster, Homarus gammarus. Lobsters have a long, cylindrical body protected by a tough exoskeleton. This shell, made of chitin, provides defense against predators but must be molted as the lobster grows. Lobsters are usually a dark bluish-green or brown color in the wild, though they can appear in rare color variations like blue or albino. Interestingly, lobsters turn bright red when cooked due to a chemical reaction in their shell. Lobsters are characterized by their large front claws, or pincers, which they use for defense and hunting. One claw, the crusher, is used to break through shells of prey, while the pincer, or cutter, is used for slicing or tearing food. They also have long antennae for sensing their environment and smaller walking legs that help them move along the ocean floor. Lobsters typically live in rocky, coastal environments where they can hide from predators. They prefer cold, shallow waters, especially in the North Atlantic Ocean. Lobsters are nocturnal creatures and tend to be most active during the night when they search for food. Lobsters are omnivores, meaning they eat a varied diet. They primarily consume small fish, mollusks, sea urchins, and other marine invertebrates, but they also scavenge for decaying organic matter when available. They are known for their strong sense of smell, which they use to locate food. Lobsters grow by molting, a process in which they shed their old exoskeleton and form a new, larger one. This is a vulnerable time for lobsters, as they are soft and defenseless until their new shell hardens. Lobsters molt frequently in their early years, but slow down as they age, with adult lobsters molting only once or twice a year. After molting, lobsters hide in crevices to avoid predators until their shell hardens. Molting is also crucial for regeneration. Lobsters can regrow lost limbs, including claws and legs, but this process takes time and several molts to complete. Lobsters reproduce by external fertilization. Mating occurs after the female has molted, as her soft shell makes her receptive to the male's sperm. Females can store the sperm for several months before fertilizing their eggs. A female lobster can lay thousands of eggs, but only a small fraction survive to adulthood due to predators and environmental factors. Lobster eggs hatch into larvae, which drift in the water column before settling to the ocean floor as juvenile lobsters. Lobsters have a slow growth rate and can live for several decades, with some individuals estimated to be over 50 years old. Remarkably, lobsters do not show typical signs of aging, and they may even continue to grow and reproduce throughout their long lifespan. Lobsters are a valuable commodity in the fishing industry, particularly in regions like Maine, USA, and the Canadian Maritimes, where lobster fishing is a significant economic activity. The high demand for lobster as a luxury food item, combined with sustainable fishing practices, has created a booming industry. Lobsters are usually caught using traps or pots, which allow for the selective capture of mature individuals while avoiding damage to the environment. In culinary terms, lobster meat is prized for its delicate texture and sweet, rich flavor. Lobster is often boiled or steamed, served with butter, and enjoyed in dishes like lobster bisque, lobster rolls, or grilled lobster. Lobster populations are generally considered stable, but overfishing, habitat loss, and climate change could pose threats in the future. Conservation measures, such as size limits, trap restrictions, and closed seasons, have been implemented in many regions to ensure sustainable lobster fishing. Some areas also have laws to protect egg-bearing female lobsters, known as buried females. These females are returned to the ocean to ensure that future generations of lobsters can continue to thrive. Additionally, the practice of V-notching, marking the tails of egg-bearing females, helps identify these individuals in the future, protecting them from being harvested. Lobsters have played a role in human culture for centuries. In ancient times, lobsters were often seen as food for the poor or used as bait, but today they are considered a delicacy. Lobsters have appeared in various works of art, literature, and mythology. For example, in Greek mythology, lobsters were thought to be the messengers of the sea god Poseidon. Lobsters have also been featured in surrealist art, most famously in Salvador Dali's Lobster Telephone. Their appearance and symbolism make them a fascinating subject in both popular and artistic culture. Lobsters are remarkable creatures, known for their unique biology, long lifespan, and importance to marine ecosystems and human economies. With their fascinating life cycle, ability to regenerate lost limbs, and complex behavior, lobsters continue to captivate scientists and seafood lovers alike. Although they are a valuable resource, sustainable fishing practices and conservation efforts are essential to ensure that lobster populations remain healthy for future generations.